Gemini Moons. This is your video. This is the one that's just for you. So interestingly enough, both my parents actually have Gemini Moons, so I have quite a lot of exposure to this energy within my life. So I'm going to talk about it from personal experience. I'm going to talk about it from what I've analyzed from Gemini Moons, what I think about Gemini Moons, what the moon in Gemini actually means, things like that. So, dear Gemini Moon, I don't know what the whole hand thing was. That was weird. But, dear Gemini Moons, you are quite the specimen, quite the beautiful, beautiful soul. The moon is your emotions. The moon is what makes you feel secure. The moon is what rules us a lot of the time. It rules our inner world. You know, yes, without the sun, there wouldn't be life. But without the moon, there wouldn't be emotions. There wouldn't be passion. There wouldn't be connection. There wouldn't be nurturing. There wouldn't be any of those things without the moon and that sort of stability that it needs. So having your moon, the sign of your emotions, your emotional security, your emotional needs, your inner world in the sign of Gemini is a little difficult. It's not as difficult as another moon sign could be, but Gemini is a very communicative sign. It's a very communicative, very friendly, very open sign, and having the moon in that sign makes it a little difficult for the emotions to be expressed, because sometimes emotions can't really be expressed through words. They can be expressed through the body, they can be expressed through art, they can be expressed through fashion, they can be expressed through physical activity, you know, kind of like a moon in Aries would, like I spoke about earlier. Having a moon in the sign of Gemini means there has to be a communication with the emotions to let that out. So poetry, writing, journaling, blogging, vlogging, this sort of thing is great for a moon in Gemini. It really allows them to let out what they're feeling and just get it out of their heads, because having a moon in Gemini, you're always in your head, always thinking about different things, about the way that this situation could play out and this situation could play out. And at the end of the day, there's only you, and you shouldn't be complicating it with everybody else's energy, because Gemini likes to know what's going on all around them. It likes to know the tea, it likes to know the gossip, it likes to know all those things. But the moon needs you to pull back and really have a sort of safe space, whether it's with your friends, your family, your coworkers, whatever it may be, someone that you can talk to openly. That's really what the moon in Gemini wants. The moon in Gemini wants, although it wants to know everything that's going on around it, which many of us do, sometimes it gets caught up in that, and it doesn't have a sense of self. It doesn't have a sense of its own emotions. So the moon in Gemini really needs to have that constant stimulation and that constant communication with their partners, with their friends, with their close-knit circle, because the moon being in Gemini, so okay, the moon is like the comfort, right? The thing that makes you feel safe, the thing that makes you feel comfortable, the thing that relaxes you, right? Having your moon in Gemini makes you want to have communication, makes you feel the need to communicate things and need to let things out of your brain, whether onto paper, onto videos, onto talking with friends, FaceTime, whatever it may be. You need to let it out to feel emotionally secure and emotionally safe. It is a need for you, you know, and having moon in Gemini as well, it makes you the type of person that has a different relationship with your siblings. If you had any siblings, this all kind of depends on the entirety of your chart and your entire life path and everything. However, moon and Gemini tend to have, if they do have siblings, they have a very strong connection to their siblings, and their siblings are a very safe space for them. Same with like neighbors and people around your neighborhood in your day-to-day life. That's a moon and Gemini thing as well. So having an emotional connection to those people. Moon and Gemini are, as I'm sure you can kind of figure out, very great writers, very great orators, very great speakers, because they really need to communicate how they're feeling and really organize in their head so that they can get it out. And Gemini is the outward expression of Mercury, not the inward expression. So with this, there is going to be a lot of outward communication. So a lot of speaking, a lot of writing, a lot of vlogging, blogging, whatever it may be, but it has to be outward. Whereas if it was in Virgo, it'd be a little more inward. It'd be more on actions, less so on the actual communication from the mouth. So yeah, moon and Gemini, you know, if I could say one thing to you, it would just be slow down. Slow down this thing up here. You know, you don't have to figure everything out all the time. You know, you got to just go with the flow. be relaxed, you know, and yeah, you could have manic thoughts or erratic thoughts and things like that, but you really need to rein that in and focus and ground and do things that relax you to be able to get to a better place. So yeah, that's pretty much it, Moon and Geminis. I love you. You're amazing. This is my Dear Moon and Gemini video, so I hope you enjoy. I will be making more of these videos, obviously, and then also more astrology-related videos, language videos, all the different things. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and check out my channel, subscribe, do all those things. Yeah, I love you guys. Love you, Moon and Gemini people. All right, bye.